Thank you so much for coming back to this channel. My name is Shoni, and what we do here, we feed the Spirit. And I just want us to continue from the previous episode, but on a different topic this time around. I want us to talk about self-deception. As part of my growing up, or as a contribution to my growth as a person, I felt like I need to identify within myself any form of deception that can occur or that occurs, so that I deal with it, because deception restricts growth. Self-deception, it hampers your growth as a person. I'm not talking about the biological growth per se. You will grow biologically, but we're talking about the spiritual growth, the emotional growth, social growth. Like, it just hampers your growth in other areas of your life dimensions. So as part of my growing up, I had to look within myself and identify self-deception. And what is this self-deception? Self-deception is a state where you are believing in wrong things, or you're hearing wrong things, or you've got a feeling that is wrong, but you take it and you make it to believe within yourself that it is true, that this is the truth, this is the correct thing, whereas it is wrong. How do you know that you are doing wrong things? Because of the consequences. So you, as a person, I have developed, or perhaps did a point that I attend to myself and check within myself, what are these self-deception? What are the things that I'm believing to be true, whereas they are not in real life? What are the things that I feel that they are true, whereas they are wrong in real life? One of it being that, sometimes you would think that people really love you so much, and you want to live for people. But that is wrong. The Bible even warns us that do not even trust a man, but trust in God. Not even on anyone, but put your trust in God. Because people will deceive you. They will make you think, oh, they are all in, they are part of you, whereas they are not. Of which it is human. It is human. So one of the things that I had to learn was that I had to understand that I'll have to live with people and love them from myself, in my heart, and love them so dearly, without even wanting to receive the same from them, but wanting to receive the same from God, because God has poured up the love in my heart to love others. So the other thing that I've had to deal with in myself was to believe that everyone is honest, everyone is truthful, everyone is just the way I am. That was self-deception. I had to deal with it. It is deceiving, and you may end up just overpouring yourself, doing things that are unnecessary for people instead of serving God, while you're doing wrong things for God. So I just want you to perhaps also do the same, because the word of God here this morning, it is actually helping us understand in the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 3. It reads that, "For if anyone thinks himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself." You see? So you are having these things of, you think that you are something. You are thinking that you are the most beautiful person. Everyone loves you. Everyone wants to be like you. Everyone admires you. Whereas it's not the case. You are actually thinking that you are this something, whereas you are not. This is what Galatians is saying. You're thinking that everyone depends on you, whereas they're not. You're thinking everyone wants you to be present. Everyone wants you to be there. Everyone. Here, it's the word of God telling us to say, for if anyone thinks to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. So that is self-deception. You know, the word of God says, don't think highly of yourself than you ought to be. Sometimes you'll think that you are really needed, you are important. If the program cannot start without you, life cannot happen without you. And life happens. So you are thinking to be something, whereas you are not. And this tends to humility. When you are humble, you don't get to think of such kind of things. You know that things will happen when you're not around. Things will go on even when you're not around. When you leave other people, they will still continue to live. Like, you are not the source of life. You are not the source of joy of other people. Yes, people may be jovial around you. They may be happy. You might perhaps bring a certain mood, but that doesn't mean that when you're not around, they will not be happy. They will still be happy and they'll still be alive. They'll still continue to live. It is evident. It's just that perhaps you will not have to go back to your situation. But you said you will not be able to live without me. But you see, you are living. So you should identify self-deception because they delay you. You will spend time trying to do what people want, what people said in that moment when they were hyped up. And you get to miss on your life because when you are living in self-deception, you get to miss out to live your own life. You get to miss out to be truthful to yourself. You get to miss the joy of God and the love of God because as it goes further in Galatians chapter 6 going to 4, it says, but let each one examine his own work, and then he will have rejoicing in himself alone and not in others. You see, so when you are living in self-deception, you want to rejoice in others more than in yourself. You want to be around people for you to be happy. You want others to make you feel happy. But here is the word of God saying, let you examine yourself and your own work and the things that you do by yourself on your own. And then you will rejoice in yourself alone and not on others. Because sometimes we are so living in deception that we want to overburden other people. Like we are so needy because within ourselves we are full of deception. We are so needy of others to validate us, others to love us, others to contribute in our lives. That is self-deception. So look within yourself, identify what is it that deceives you as a human being. Because the word of God wants to edify your life, wants you to be better, so that you can live well by yourself, within yourself, without overburdening others, without overburdening the society. Because I think that is one of the problems why it also becomes societal problems. It starts as your problem. It becomes a family problem. It becomes societal problem. It becomes the whole world problem. Self-deception. Think about it, grind on it, pray about it. May God bless you. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.